Today we will learn about Diencephalon. Diencephalon is divided into two parts by hypothalamic sulcus. Dorsal part or pars dorsalis and ventral part or pars ventralis. We can see in the figure the hypothalamic sulcus. Pars dorsalis consists of the thalamus, metathalamus and epithalamus. Pars ventralis consists of hypothalamus and subthalamus. Now we will learn thalamus. The thalamus is a large mass of grey matter situated in the lateral wall of the third ventricle, and there are two thalami connected by interthalamic adhesion. Here we can see two thalami connected with each other by interthalamic adhesion. Now the structure of thalamus. White matter of thalamus include the external medullary lamina and the internal medullary lamina. And the grey matter of the thalamus is subdivided into three parts by Y-shaped internal medullary lamina. Here we can see in the figure. Nuclei of thalamus. Nuclei in the anterior part, the anterior nucleus. Nuclei in the medial part, there is dorsomedial or medial dorsal nucleus. Nuclei in the lateral part, this part is subdivided into a ventral group and a lateral group. We can see here the anterior nucleus and the dorsomedial nucleus. In the ventral group, ventral anterior nucleus, ventral lateral nucleus and ventral posterior nucleus. And in the lateral group, there are lateral dorsal nucleus, lateral posterior nucleus and pulvinar. And some others nucleus, the intralaminar nucleus, the midline nuclei and the reticular nucleus. Here we can see in the figure. Function of thalamus. Anterior nucleus, it is relay station for emotions and recent memory. Dorsomedial nucleus, it adjusts behavior with emotional tone or mood and is involved with the personality of the individual. Ventral anterior nucleus, it is the motor relay station for striatal impulse. Ventral lateral is the motor relay station for cerebral impulse, and ventral posterior is relay station for exteroceptive and proprioceptive impulses from the body. Intralaminar nuclei, it influences the level of consciousness and alertness. These are the functions. Now we will discuss about metathalamus. Metathalamus consists of medial and lateral geniculate body. Medial geniculate body for auditory impulse. Lateral geniculate body is a relay station for visual impulse. Here we can see in the figure metathalamus. Now epithalamus. Epithalamus consists of the following structures: right and left habenular nuclei, habenular commissure, and pineal body and posterior commissure. Here we can see the parts of the epithalamus. Now we will learn hypothalamus. It is the part of the diencephalon which lies below the thalamus and separated from it by the hypothalamic sulcus. We can see the hypothalamic sulcus. Autonomic nervous system, endocrine system and limbic system. These three systems controlled by hypothalamus. Nuclei of hypothalamus. They are divided into medial and lateral zone. The nuclei of the medial zone from before backwards, we can see in the figure the nuclei of the hypothalamus from before backwards. The nuclei of the lateral zone from before backwards. Here we can see in the figure the nuclei of the lateral zone from before backwards. Now we will learn about subthalamus. The subthalamus lies between the midbrain and thalamus. Here we can see in the figure the parts of the subthalamus.